road ahead closed, but not for long. There it is. A few little jobs left to do. It's been a long while since an update and it's almost complete. So waiting for some longer track rod ends, competition ones, just so I can set the tracking up a lot better than it is without running out of thread. Ride height looks pretty good now, so I've adjusted that. Tie bars, need to push the wheels back slightly more. What else? Cut and polish. Well, my list is there, so ride height, just got to check all round, check all bolts just as a secondary. Tracking, tie bars, bottom arms, cut and polish. Most importantly, set up the sound system. And then a couple of little secondary items is sort chips in paint, runs on the driver's side rear quarter on the inside. So didn't realise how thin, because it was one of the first areas I'd painted on the actual shell. Went a bit too heavy just on the one side, but it's 2K paint, so it'll flat out and polish up, and it is on the inside rear quarter, so worst case is I'll flat it back. If I get through the primer, I can mask it up and dust it in. But give you a quick walk around. So all in all, keeping it pretty standard. Once it's cut and polished, going to have the old deluxe chrome trim running along those edges, which is always a fun job to do. But one of my modifications, you can see the P700 lamps there, with some red indicator glass bulbs at the front. I had carb clearance issues with the Webers, so the bonnet pin was clashing, so that's come up with an idea. So I've got a plate there with a key lock and barrel, and then I'm not sure I can do it one-handed, so let's see if I can do this. Okay, bit easier with two hands. There you go, you get the general gist. So the bonnet is on gas struts and Minovation hinges. Minor finger, if you can see that there. These didn't go into production for very long. I've personally, because Adam, who kindly gave them to me, told me that when you first buy them you get like a sticky piece of metal that you stick on the inside to support your bonnet, but I've welded in some angle iron just to support the bonnet. So you pull them forwards, both sides, then lifting the bonnet up. It's a bit awkward, hold on. So lifting the bonnet up, eventually push the pins back down, and it holds the bonnet almost vertical up out the way. So yeah, that's there. Engine bay's looking nice and neat, nice and tidy. Still needs a bit of a clean up. Still want to probably make a plate to cover that, and there's a few holes in the bulkhead that I still need to get some different rubber grommet sizes for, and possibly on the inner wing as well, just to neaten them up. But all in all, there it is. Moving on further down, I've gone for the poly windows, just because I've had to adjust the frame apparatus slightly on these doors. So I thought if that's the case, and I need to cut them down, didn't fancy trying to do anything with the glass, so buying them saves on a bit of weight on the door as well, because the door hinges are renowned for the Mark 1 door, it's pretty heavy. Yeah, moving on round to the back. Got a nice Lucas reverse light. Nice classic pickup rear lights. And then again, looking pretty standard at the back, keeping it nice and simple. These are original NOS out of the packet rear quarter bumpers from 1990, which are obviously an aftermarket piece, or a second, replacement part back in the day. Just grabbing the keys. Shut that. Right, so bit of trickery because I've got the lid and I wanted it to be lockable. So if I sift through my many keys and up under here, hello, is a lock. So I made a mechanism inside the tailgate, which is basically a set of pins that release down the side here and here, and this hole is where I've done two 20mm holes and slotted it to allow me to pass the mechanism through, which I made there. It's nice and simple, does the job. Up on the inside, let me see if I can put the light on. Can't do that. Up on the inside there's T-bar rubber handles. I haven't actually shut them down, but on the lid, as soon as I lift the lid now, the light comes on a retractive switch, and that's on gas struts. So let me just walk around with that. Just make sure I'm not going to hit anything in here. And that sits up there like that. Nice and simple. Hopefully I'll keep it dry. I've got a rubber seal on there. It's a Mark 1 door frame seal, but I bought an extended length from Phoenix Trims. So hopefully it'll do the job. Rubber matting, made a template the other day just to protect the floor. So a nice rubber mat there. These are just bits I've put in out the way for now, but essentially spare wheels there. Nice little wooden crate, got some extra rubber protection on there so we don't damage any paint sitting in there. Original jack and brace. And yeah, that's pretty much the rear covered. And then normally once you've shut the lid, pull the T-bars around, lift that back up. Happy days. Done. Coming on inside. So I've only just literally recently built these doors up and got them hung last week. All nice custom interior. I've still got some cover seats on there at the minute. New kick plates and chrome trim. Custom Harris Tweed and tan interior. Matching door straps, and then it combines with the dash trim. There's Bendy Bean in his welding outfit. And Ted. Also got a little pickup. And obviously a peg, because everybody needs a peg. But yeah, keeping it nice and simple in here. Yeah, there is a fair bit going on, more so than meets the eye. Or should I say hidden? Yeah, in plain sight. Just inside this basket there is 8-inch Hertz sub, which works really well. Got some sound deadening up on the underside of the rear floor bed as well, so it absorbs the vibration in the panel to make it work a lot better. That's original as well. Pulled out the packet, still got the pin. Haven't pierced the gel yet, but I probably will one day. Nice little modification as well. These B-pillar covers, they're just stuck to an extra large piece of foam, and then the foam, by pushing it in, acts as a kind of a hold for it. I don't know if you noticed from the outside, but the rear window is actually fully blacked out. But on the inside, I've actually tan materialed it to match the interior, so it's just a small little viewing window, which is the only bit of window I could see out of anyway. After blacking it out with limo black paint. Yeah, kept the original floor start. Magnolia clocks down there. So we've got water temp. Managed to find a 52mm rev counter and oil temp as well. As I say, keeping it nice and basic. Screen washers on the fan pump. Nice and simple. The less you have, the less can go wrong, eh? Right, moving on from there, continuing with the sound system. Got Hertz tweeters, one either side. We can see it's a bit dark. And then I made these pods just underneath here, which work out quite well. Probably say it's a bit dark in here at the minute, but the mini light has never been renowned for being very good, has it? So, a bit dusty. Need to give it a clean look. The amps hiding there. Sound system's there, and I've got a button on the side of the post there, which actually turns the stereo on, because once it's all set up it links to my phone, so I don't even need to see the sound system. So yeah, again, simple, effective, good sound quality system, and you wouldn't even know it was in there unless you really looked and seen a pair of speakers. That is all you can see. But yeah, all in all, considering how it looked and how it was when I received it to build for myself, it's come a long way. Thanks to Adam popping down for many an evening to give me a hand, help each other out. Helped him with his vehicle, which you may have seen previously when I painted that with him and done some various bits, and I'm sure in the future there will be a lot more bits and pieces to be done together. So it all started off with me buying a roof rack, which I still yet to do for this. So old English white roof rack, which, let's go in here. The garage has had a bit of an upgrade as well. A bit dusty over there at the minute, that's all. Just statically charged dust on there from painting, but it's now like a bit of more of a spray booth. But changed companies recently, I'm an electrician, so pulled some bits out of my old van, still haven't yet sorted it all out. But anyway, there's part of the roof rack which I need to prepare and get painted old English white, and then I can clean up the rubber feet, any rubber trims that needed for the guttering channel, and go from there. You can see the start of the cut and polishing on the roof just on this corner a little while back, and many an evening continue of doing that. But all in all, it's almost ready for its maiden voyage, and hopefully, if we make it, it'll be at London to Brighton. So without further ado, I will see you guys there. Take care.